In Easter 1997, still another element was added to the combustible mix Cambodian politics. Sam Rainsy was having a political rally in a large park when, in the midst of it, a hand grenade is thrown and it explodes. Doesn't harm Rainsy, but it wounds an American named Ron Abney, who is a representative of the International Republican Institute. That's a overseas promoting democracy element of the Republican Party of the United States. Democratic Party has a similar one, and actually the two institutes coordinate in promoting democracy in foreign countries. I was in the United States on some leave over Easter when word got to me about this incident, and I immediately dictated a statement condemning the violence. And when I returned to Cambodia, the issue that was out there was Abney the target? Because if an American citizen is the target of a terrorist act abroad, that violates United States laws, and the FBI and the U.S. judicial mechanism will seek to identify, apprehend, and bring to justice those people who have perpetrated such a heinous act to intentionally harm or kill an American citizen through a terrorist incident. Now, the FBI can't just show up in any country. They have to have permission of the government. And when I got back to Cambodia, that permission had not been given. And so I went to Prime Minister Hun Sen and told him how important it was to allow the FBI to come to Cambodia and to investigate. That the relationship with the United States was very dependent on this action. Because, as you can imagine, there was incredible, intense political pressure from the Congress in Washington, from both political parties, but particularly the Republican Party, about the need for the FBI to investigate. And my influence with Hun Sen was such that he agreed. And an FBI team of 3 individuals showed up. And they would, for the next 2 months, endeavor to investigate and interview and come to judgments, law enforcement judgments, about what had happened, who had done it, and they would report internally to the Justice Department, which would then make a determination about whether there had been targeting of Abney, or was he a bystander, and was any U.S. law, terrorist law, counterterrorism law broken. So I told the FBI agents all I wanted was that when they left, they said that our embassy had been totally cooperative with whatever they needed. One of the agents spent a pretty significant amount of time with Sam Rainsy and his wife, and who pushed the idea that the hand grenade had been thrown by forces connected to the bodyguards of Hun Sen, that this was an incident perpetrated by the Cambodian People's Party against Sam Rainsy, and that had impacted Ron Abney. So right around Memorial Day, the FBI team told me that they had come to their judgments. They didn't tell me what they were. And were ending their investigation and were prepared to leave. If I wished, one of them could stay behind and continue to be an advisor to the Cambodian police as the investigation would continue. But it had to be in writing. The Cambodians had to request that. So I thought, yes, we'd want to do this. I got the Cambodian government to write a letter requesting it. And as a result, one of the FBI agents did remain and would continue to work with the Cambodian police in an advisory capacity. It would turn out to be a significant decision that would lead to some very, very high-profile observations from Washington about what had happened and whether threats were made against the FBI agents. It's a significant and interesting story.